Hello, 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 hello. We will be on in just a second. Give me one good second and we'll be on. I'm trying to get everything set up for Twitch. Thank you for tuning in. I know it is a real late night sneaker talk show, and I really do appreciate y'all for tuning in. But give me 1 minute while we get everything ready for Twitch. I appreciate everyone who's tuning in, liking, commenting, subscribing to the channel. And I do have some good news, and we'll get to that soon. But just give me one more minute. Normally, I would start 2 minutes beforehand, but for some reason, Steam Lab is not working right on my Mac, and I need to fix it on my desktop. So give me some time. Thank you. You know what? Fuck it. I've honestly given up on trying to do it on this end. For some weird reason, after I reset my computer, Twitch does not, I mean, OBS on my Mac does not want to screen capture, which is garbage in the most possible way. And my patience is really, really thin right now, like extremely thin right now. So I'm going to make the best of whatever the fuck happens. And I mean that in the most sincerest way possible. Like, I'm just going to make whatever the fuck happen works and do the best I can and go from there. Because just having it work with no sound is ass, and I don't want it to be ass in that context. And so, needless to say, I tried for the ones who are watching on YouTube to get it on Twitch today, and that was an obvious fail. So, I guess y'all can tell this is my favorite jacket. I am on today. I am extremely tired, but needless to say, it is a late night sneaker talk show. And with that, we do have some great news. So before starting off the late night sneaker talk show, one of my oldest shorts, and Thanos Primo knows this short very well, has reached 50,000 views. Now, anyone knows, dancing, we gonna make money off of TikTok. No. I mean, making money off the stroll. No. Not necessarily. This short was just something just to start the rage community, and it literally started getting people raging at 50,000 views. So that's one of my first and one of my only congratulatory moments that I can say that I pissed enough people off that it finally reached 50,000 views after failing to clean the shoe yet again. But I will most likely get it cleaned. Oh, excuse me. Oh my goodness. And needless to say, I know I had a late start, so I will make up the time for the late start difference one way or another. It just sucks that I've been working to get this on Twitch all the entire damn show, and now I restart my computer one time. I even close out the app and restart the app, and it doesn't want to work. But fuck it, I'll just re-record it for Twitch, or y'all, the ones that are on Twitch, will see this one a little bit later, and I just say fuck it, just be happy that you got it today. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hold on. I don't need nobody killing my vibe right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have a bunch of sneakers to get through today, and it was supposed to be an interview day, but fuck it. Also, before I start the show, happy Easter, happy Good Friday to everyone who's off. That's the only reason why you're getting a show this late. As a late night sneaker talk show, it's late as hell, and by the time this come out, my last short would be coming out at midnight. So let me just say that. But needless to say, it's a late night sneaker talk show, and it's very late. And let's get started. Oh God, I forgot to cut that off. Horrible me. I have horrible me. That was from last episode, and if you know, you know. But basically, I had gave y'all the question of, are y'all rocking? Which Kobe's did y'all pick? Hopefully, y'all can let me know in the comments. And even then, just starting off with that would just be interesting in itself. But I found the shoe I wanted to start with, and I want to spend some time with it. It was originally the original idea for the night was to have a 2-hour run, but after the later it got, the longer it took, and I was like, yeah, nah, I had just got a fresh cut. It's Good Friday. It's gonna be literally Good Friday by the time this episode gets out. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. Y'all got me messed up. And even then, I'm gonna do something I don't like to do. I'm just gonna stretch the screen everything for this episode just to make sure that we understand that this is real life, a new change and a new day and a new chop. But I know y'all can tell this is one of my favorite jackets. All right, ladies and gentlemen, no more blank walls on the side. As you see, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. And even then, when you talking to me, you talking to the shit. So this is really legit. All right. Now I lost my point of view. Tell these hoes that did not know. Let's go back. All right, ladies and gentlemen, these are the ASAP Rocky Puma Monstro 3Ds that are dropping in 2 days. So by the time this video comes out, it'll be April 19th, and these are $250. Now, if you watch the channel, you already know I showed y'all the black pair. They have a gray pair coming out too. And I guess since the whole case with ASAP Rocky happened, I guess, he might as well be in the bag. And honestly and truthfully, I don't blame him for being in the bag. Like, you got you got free. You free, my guy. And since you free, you might as well make your money. Because ain't nobody stopping you from making your money but you. So make that money, brother. Make that money. But needless to say, the shoe, I'm not going to lie to y'all. The shoe ain't mid. It's chaotic. It's organized chaos. And if I had to give it like an honest and solid rating with this sneaker, I'm going to probably roll with that freaking excuse me, well, freaking 3. That 3 rating is really nice with the sneaker. Now, don't get me wrong, it's not my cup. I'm not gonna lie, this probably is my cup of tea, but I'm giving it a solid 3 rating regardless of how you feel about it, because at the end of the day, ASAP Rocky is in the bag with this one, because I think I gave the black pair, if I'm not mistaken, that 3 rating as well. And I mean, let's be real, it deserves the 3 rating. Let's cut the shit short and let's say it deserves this rating. Now, I'm mad that, Elon Dusty over here getting rid of DMs just because he keep DMing women about, having his kids and whatnot. And that's fine. It messes with my flow of things, so I like to send stuff to myself so that way I know what I can review. So he's all in his feelings because he just keep leaking his own personal information out there and trying to leak his seeds out there in the world. Don't be mad at us. If anything, these shoes right here are the Elon Dusty, seed killers. But that's just my own personal petty joke. But needless to say, still a solid shoe. All right. The next Johns. Now, remember when I told y'all, I think maybe 2 or 3 episodes ago, that I was at the Mama Year event? And I think I showed y'all these photos here, or showed y'all the background of the logo for the event. Yeah, I did see these. I promise y'all. I hate it. I hate that the camera lost focus. Hold on. There we go. But no, I did see these. I saw these shoes at the event, amongst a few others that we were not allowed to take photos of. Am I salty? Yes. Will I digress? No. But I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's a clean, solid white Air Force One with the Mama Year logo and the clear bottom. It's not a bad shoe. It's a pair of white forces. It's an extra pair of fresh white forces. And you know how people are about their white forces. You only get 3 wears out of them and they're dusty. So if these last longer than 3 wears, then I mean, these might be the goated, Air Force Ones. These might be the ones that they're going to spend the money on. Or as some people say, the money on. Yes, I know. Mayan, Kayan. I had to be head ass with that one. I had to do it. Say what you want. Say what you will. I am going to be head ass and enjoy every second of my head assery. Because at the end of the day, it's still a solid shoe. Like, I'm on my ear. When have they ever really just let you down for a pair of sneakers? Like, come on now. I might be, a head ass and say, certain brands are a disappointment to the sneaker culture and how they act. But I'm not gonna lie, I'm on my ear is not one. If I'm saying it wrong, then don't come at me. Oh, God, excuse me. I'm sorry. If I go any further, I probably would hit a 20-hour day. Wait. Yeah, I've been up since like 5 this morning. So, yeah, I'm about to hit a 20-hour day regardless. All right. Needless to say, let's go to the next shoe. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The Jordan brand have brought out a shoe. It is the Air Jordan 3 Air Jordan 3 Jordan Brand Classic PE. These are a non-retail shoe. Come here, camera. Come here. For those who are not hearing me, these are a non-retail shoe. That means, in all honesty, you have to be in the DMV and a part of the Jordan Brand Classic event to get these shoes. This is a first look. So that means if you're not in that event and you're not in the DMV or especially DC at that time, you ain't getting them, big fella, unless you get that retail market. And the person who gets them, sells them, you're an a-hole, because at the end of the day, you're going to be taxing because everybody going to want this shoe. It's a solid 3.5 for me. I mean, I'm just being honest with it. It's a solid 3.5 for me. No questions asked. I'll tolerate a good pair of threes, but an even more rare pair of threes, come on now. Excuse me. You're going to take the hit. And at the end of the day, when you take this hit, it's like, it's a rare shoe. You can't be mad at the rarity of the shoe just because at the end of the day, motherfuckers want to be like, oh yeah, it's only for this event, so you have to be there to get this shoe. Well, if I got to be there for that shoe, then damn it, I got to be there for that shoe. I got to be in that shoe hooping. I ain't hooped in some years, seriously, but I'm going to hoop if I got to get them shoes. That's just me talking. I don't know about y'all. I don't think y'all got the gall to get with it. Y'all ain't about that life. I truly feel y'all ain't about that life. But that's my point of view. Make sure that you let me know what y'all think about these shoes. Every shoe that I've ever posted on the channel, let me know in the comments how y'all feel about them. Because at the end of the day, the channel thrives off the comments of the community. And at the end of the day, y'all are the most important part of talking shit about some of these sneakers that are coming on here. And some of these truths that are about these sneakers as well. And for those who don't know, if Thanos Primal is still on by the time I end this show, I will transition into going on to a actual Friday night bullshit in the middle of the show. So I need to know from him if he's on or not. Because if he is, I will transition into the show after getting some more shoes done. But that's neither here nor there. You know, I'm not about to stress it. You know, I'm not about to stress it. But no, let me know what y'all think about these. I'm going to pull up some shoes that I seen earlier that I genuinely wanted to talk about. And we'll go from there. Hopefully everyone's having a good night. You know, hopefully everyone is enjoying themselves, having a good time. Thank you for tuning into the Late Night Sneaker Talk Show. We really do appreciate it. You know, we're going to get real wicked out here. As things grow with the channel, things get better, especially production value. It does get better. But let me know in the comments below what y'all want to do. Oh, fudge. I forgot to do this. All right. Now, if y'all watch the channel, y'all already know. I brought these up earlier. And I genuinely want to say that people talk a lot of shit about Miss Angel Reese. And a lot of it's not even deserved. But her Shaqnosis might be actually legit fire. I see no legitimate complaints about this Shaqnosis. I'm going to be dead honest with y'all. No matter how y'all look at it, no matter how y'all say, she's having her second campaign package come out in May 1st. And it's a solid Shaqnosis. Like, come on now. Like, come on now. It's a real, genuine, solid Shaqnosis. I mean, the people are not gonna like Angel Reese, no matter how you look at it. This is honestly a 3.7 for me. Like, if I had to be legit on a 5.0 rating, these Shaqnoses are probably one of my favorite colorways from her. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it's probably the best shoe in her campaign, because I've seen some of the other ones and they're nice. Don't get me wrong. Her shoes are nice, but these are probably the best ones. And matter of fact, if it acts right, I might be able to do this right. Cause I already talked about the whole campaign. Let's see. Let's see if it go. Let's see if it does it right. Oh yeah, it did it. Bet. All right, these are the Angel Reese Club C. Club C. Yeah, these are the Reebok Club C Bull. And I think I said it right. If I said it wrong, let me know in the comments. But these come out May 1st. These are all right. They're solid. You know, they're more of a 2.9. You know, and that's the fairest I'm going to get this shoe. Because don't get me wrong, it looks cool. You know, I see nothing wrong with it, but it's not like general heat rock. Not like the Shagnosis. And then let's see if I can pull up that third shoe. Let's see if it'll do it right. If it does it right, then we in business. But if not, then I'm gonna be mad. See, okay. So we got the third shoe up here, and this is the Premier Road Plus. Also, another solid shoe, but it's not as fire as the Shagnosis. That's all I'm saying. The Shagnosis is the one that's winning my attention and winning the appeal for me, honestly and truthfully. We're almost in the 30-minute mark of the original time slot, and even then, it's a good thing. I'm going to go a little bit longer. I'm at least hit an hour and 15 minutes because the original idea was for a 2-hour show. And even then, I'm appreciative of everyone who's like, comment, subscribe, checked out the channel and everything. But make sure y'all share these videos. Sharing these videos is important. Sharing is very important. I hate to say this, and I try to even teach the kids I teach this. Sharing is sometimes caring. So sometimes you need to get the motherfucking caring and help share these goddamn videos and be greatly appreciated. Because I'm doing this without the views that, you know, most of the shorts get. I appreciate everyone who's tuning in, helping out the channel grow. I'm even appreciative of the super chat that helped get me this Pocket Osmo 3, because I keep wanting to say Pro, because it's a damn 4K camera that's helping me look beautiful and crispy on this motherfucking screen. But I needless to say is this: Angel Reese shoe package. Her package is a nice package. I'm gonna give my credit to all WNBA players who ever has a shoe releasing or a campaign that's coming out, but I'm gonna be honest about the shoes. Look at me. Forget about, you know, me being fair or not fair to the person. The person is doing something big right now, and I'm supportive of it. I'm here to talk about the sneakers, and the sneakers are the most important thing on a late night sneaker talk show. So therefore, you get what you get and you don't throw a fit. And if you had money, you could afford all this shit. Let's move on to the next shoe. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now that I got my tangent out my body, you know, I'm feeling a little looser. I'm feeling a little more warm, you know, on the inside. You know, gotta get right with it. Gotta get right. Another sneaker, you know, not made this just to make sure that I'm not just following on the Nike and Jordan trend of the sneaker market. I try to diversify the profile and to make sure that there are other brands as well, because at the end of the day, that is the most important thing. And like I said, I do apologize for my Twitch viewers that are normally watching the show right now with us, but I will have to recast it another way because for some weird fucking reason, resetting my computer one time throws off the entire thing. Needless to say, we'll get back on it before the next episode. Or before Friday Night Bullshit, because I think Friday Night Bullshit is coming back this Friday. Or if not Friday, it'll be early Saturday morning. Either way it goes, I'm going to be enjoying my freaking vacation time because I goddamn deserve it. And ain't nobody taking that away from me. All right, now, before I get into another tangent, this is Celine Bressine A6 Gel Kayano 20 pack coming out summer 2025. Now, I will admit, a pair of A6 for $250, that's kind of high. So, you got to find something that intrigues me about a pair of A6 for $250. Now, this olive pair, don't get me wrong, It's not a bad shoe. And I'm not taking anything away from the shoe. I'm going to give it a solid 2.8, and that's not a bad 2.8. The olive is nice. The white is cool. Nothing takes away from that shoe. But when you look at the vanilla pair, it's going to get that 2.9, and it's more of like a simplistic cookie, you know? Even then, it's like, I like the colorway, and I like the, you know, the detail in the shoe, but in all honesty, I'm more or less picking up, you know, where it left off and be like, oh, okay, this is all right. But it's all right, but not for that price of $250. That's where you can kiss my ass. I'm sorry. I'm supportive of a lot of things, and I'm supportive of a fair, you know, creative culture when it comes to the sneaker market. But you can kiss my ass when it comes to $250. Unless they get to sit down, you know, mark down to maybe like two or maybe even 180, I could justify that price. But 250, 250. In this neck of the woods, no thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we know that the Rockets are in the playoffs. I'm gonna salute. I'm gonna support the home team this time. This will probably be the second only home team that I'm gonna support. First is the Stros. You know, I even know I'm a Red Sox fan, but my grandfather passed and never got to see the Stros win a World Series, and he at least got to see the Rockets, you know, win the NBA championship right around the time I was, you know, becoming of age. So I want to say that the Rockets are playing their first round opponents, and I think that's the Golden State Warriors, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong, in the playoffs. And Jalen Green is practicing in the mustard Adidas Adizero 3.0 PEs. And all I can say is, mustard! Head ass boy. Solid shoe. I just want to be supportive. You know, I don't get this supportive of the home team, and I work for a home team, but even then, I'm just like, it is what it is. But I'm going to be nice. If the Rockets get further in the playoffs, I will find a way to auction off or at least do something nice for the fan base of the Sneakers and Stogies channel in a Rockets colorway, and prayerfully not get sued. Because I'm not trying to get sued out of existence. You can kiss my ass on that. But I'm sorry I'm vulgar, but it is what it is. You either love me or leave it. Now. I told y'all, we're not doing no more borders this episode. This is a non-border episode. Plus, we almost got 6 more minutes till Good Friday, so we got to make the best of it. Ladies and gentlemen, these came out today. As of right now, Lack of Guidance and the Doria Mythos 280, a metal on green black shoe, has dropped earlier today. And this is a brand I never really heard of, so I want, you know, the fan base, the community, to give me your honest opinion about this shoe and let me know what you think about it. When I first saw it, I was like, I just like the name Lack of Guidance, because at this point in age, a lot of us is lacking guidance and leading the way, going into the path of destruction we ain't trying to deal with. But I'm here for the design, especially it's a black and green with the red on the shoe. I mean, come on. I ain't gonna lie, it's kind of crispy. It's kind of crispy. It's kind of real, you know, you getting that real crispy feeling. I mean, I'll be real with you. It's a real crispy feeling. I'm gonna give the shoe, in all honesty, just because it's a new brand. That I mean, not new brand in the sense of it's being new, but a new brand to the channel. That's something I never heard of. I'm gonna go with a solid 2.75. And if anyone want to argue me down on that score, I want to hear your opinions. I want to read your opinions and also hear your opinions as well. So let me know how y'all really feel about this shoe in the comments. I will admit, doing the show with no water is, very thirst quenching. But that's just me being petty. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, y'all already got on my Texas accent from me saying cause, like claws, because I'm a Fantastic Four fan. I'm going to call that boy claws. But, you know, this is the Air Jordan 4 cause, KAWS, look see sample. So you mean to tell me that the gray joints really had a black pair that was actually just as fire? Where is what is the definition of take my money? Do you not understand about releasing samples? Y'all know me. If you follow the channel, if you watched any of the late night sneaker talk shows, you already know I love sample sneakers. Sample sneakers are going to be just the thing to go for. I love a good pair of sample sneakers. And there's nothing wrong with a pair of sample sneakers that also look this good. 4.5 out of 10. Y'all can hate my judgment of this score, but at the end of the day, I see nothing wrong with it. And there's nothing you could say that can make me change my opinion on a good rating like that. Like, come on now. It's a 4.5 out of 10. Like, it's a black shoe with a clear bottom and white shadowing just to make it look C. Like, come on now. It deserves that 4.5 rating and it's never going to be released. It's a freaking sample. So even my Bigfoot having ass can't even get the sample size because most sample size run, I think like an 8.5 or a 9.5. So a shoe that I'll never have. It's wonderful. Needless to say, let's go into the next shoe before I get into a whole nother tangent. Let me just you got to make the best of every moment that you have on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Because the next shoe we have here is the Dover Street Market Brain Dead Adidas Bowling collaboration. I'm going to tell y'all something. I'm going to go on a quick tangent. I've been trying to avoid my tangents as much as possible. But you already did it once with the golf shoes. You boys got bowling shoes? You mean to tell me I can actually have a pair of shoes that go bowling in now? Instead of buying the sneakers, not buying, but using the sneakers off the rack that everybody stuck their foot in for past 10, 15, 20, 30 years? You mean to tell me now Adidas and thought ahead of the game and collab with Dover Street Market to give me a pair of bowling shoes? Let me tell y'all something. I don't normally do this. And it's literally 1 minute before Good Friday. But not the shoe, the idea of doing this in the modern day, where you don't hear too much people about bowling as much as they used to, this would have been a perfect shoe, a perfect rating shoe. The idea of this shoe in the modern era right now would have hit the first perfect rating on the late night sneaker talk show. But that's not the case. And we're just going just off the idea. But if we're going shoe base, this is obviously a 4.3 at best. That 0.7 is really just because of the idea that you mean to tell me I can add my own pair of sneakers and break them in as actual bowling shoes. Yes, you're getting 0.7 points because of that. But now it's a 4.3 and I am perfectly okay with it. It is a bowling shoe. It is the colors are core and black. Come on now. There is nothing to be mad about when the idea of creativity hits you something like this and it's actually pretty solid. That is my key point. Oh, I almost took out the logo. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is now Good Friday, and I want to say Lent for me, or me giving up what I've given up for Lent, it's finally over, and I'm greatly appreciative. And these 40 days have been rough, I'm not going to lie. But that doesn't mean y'all are going to, not get the rest of your show. I just wanted to take a quick pause break, to say we are going through a lot right now, and even with me trying to do content and everything like that, it has not been easy. I have videos I have to edit, and I still have not edited them, so I'm taking most of this weekend, if I don't do Friday night bullshit, to edit videos and actually have some time off. So that is one of the key and most important things that I will say is that after the next few days, depending on how the scheduling of filming is, I will be planning more towards May and especially the 5-year anniversary of the channel. And so there won't be as much video content coming out, but it will be a lot more for the month of May as its entirety. So I'm glad I made it through Good Friday. I'm glad I made it to Good Friday. I am grateful for everything that has happened with this channel. And I just wanted to take a little break, a little breather, to let y'all in on, understanding that I'm getting ready for the channel's 5-year anniversary. And I will be starting that closer to the end. Well, it's closer to the Monday after Good Friday. So in 3 days, so I'm taking it. If I don't do a Friday night bullshit, or if I don't drop any video content, or if you don't get the shorts on time for Friday because, it is Good Friday, then you know why. Then you deliberately know why. But I just wanted to make that announcement now before we get back into the shoes. So thank you for taking the time to appreciate this announcement. All right. Let's cut the shits. Let's get back with it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you heard, New Balance is releasing a pack exclusively with Foot Locker, and sometimes you just have to be supportive of the actual retailers getting sneakers, and it's okay sometimes. Like, it is a-okay sometimes when it comes to, the corporate stores or, the non-sneaker boutiques getting, releases. It's okay sometimes. And with New Balance getting their own collection at Foot Locker, I support it only because of the simple fact, like, I support New Balances and, them venturing out doing things that are not ordinary. But this is something that I feel that more people will be appreciative later down the line, because at least a cool colorway like this or a cool collection like this deserves its own store. And I feel like even then, this is something I can honestly give as a whole collection 3.3 solid rating. I like the earth tones, and I think this would be something good not only for New Balance but also for Foot Locker as well. Just something to boost them up as well. All right, let's keep going. Welcome in everyone who's been watching the Late Night Sneaker Talk Show. Greatly appreciative for everyone who's tuned in. And I forgot to say that earlier during my tangent, but, it is what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are looking at the unreleased concepts Nike Shoe Balance. Nike Shoe Balance. Oh, God. Nike SB. I'm really tired. The Nike SB samples from the unreleased concept shoes. And let me tell y'all something. Again, what y'all not understanding the definition of take my freaking money. Like, it's you have unreleased samples. Yet again, more unreleased samples that y'all are not choosing to release. And I get it. You can't release everything. You got to make the people want more. You got to make the people, want to be or want to have these shoes. So you throw out these ideas of the samples in hindsight of making sure people see what you have, see what we could have released, but don't release them and send them and have people teasing them. Because at the end of the day, if the sample doesn't clear and it gets sent out somewhere, somebody ends up selling it at a random Goodwill, then they're freaking lucky as hell. But sometimes samples need to be released for people with big feet, and this is what I'm talking about. The sample itself, it gets a 2.9. You thought I was going above a 3. No, I'm not. I've thought about it truly and fully, and I can't care less if they genuinely, and I said that all kinds of wrong, genuinely, release the shoes. Well, they already did. They released most of the concept shoes, but I could care less about these samples overall, but I love samples, and it's just to see where the process went. That's my favorite part about these samples, the process in making them samples. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I have another, colorway from the Brain Dead, but these are the Brain Dead Adidas Forest Hill collection that's releasing April 25th. They have 2 sets of shoes. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of invested, not in this pair for the Brain Dead. This one's okay. This is honestly a 2-4 for me. It's an okay shoe. I mean, I don't see nothing genuinely wrong with it. It's not bad. I mean, it could always be better, but it's not bad. But no, I think the shoe that won me from this collection is more or less these. And it's more or less, it looks like a shag rug. Like, it really does look like you're stepping into a shag rug with these. I think, in all honesty, they're not bad. And in comparison, like, you got to think, the Brain Dead is already releasing a pair of bowling shoes that you just saw earlier. So you mean to tell me you got a pair of bowling shoes and a pair of regular shoes that you're dropping as well? Come on now. I mean, don't get me wrong. Our wallets are already tight in this economy. It's already bad enough as it is. Our wallets are getting beat the fuck out of. Now you're telling me that I have to get my wallet beat the fuck out of even more? For what? For what? Why? Why do I have to get my wallet beat up any more than I already have to at this point? That is all I'm saying. Nothing wrong with that. It is what it is. Can't complain. Will I complain? No. I have a right to complain, yes, but I'm not going to. I can find better time in dealing with better shoes than complaining about them when I can complain about something like this that I'm about to drop right now. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, these are the New Balance Alterdale. They're going for $250, and I feel like this is the dad shoe that New Balance has been wanting to make for the longest, but just never really made. And these are a brown suede for $250. And that's kind of a steep price for some dad shoes. Like, they cool, but they not $250 cool. Like, nah, bruh. You had me at, an all suede shoe. I mean, brown suede shoe, but $250? You acting worse than them Asics I had earlier. I'm gonna be dead ass honest with you. I can't do it. Not in this economy. Not in the new Trump economy. Hell nah. $250? Boy, you got me fucked all the way up. If y'all paying $250 for these, let me know in the comments why you're paying $250 for these. Let me know why. Hit me up on X, Twitter. I'm not Twitter X, whatever the fuck you want to call it. IG. You can even leave a comment under this video that you're willing to pay $250 for these. I don't see it. It can be a classy shoe. I just don't see it. That's just me. And if we're going to talk about outrageous prices, let me get on my tangent now more than ever. We all know about the Nike warm-up boot. The Nike and Hyper Ice Hyper Boot. $899. So basically over $900 with taxes. If the colleges that are using these not paying for them, these are just going to be like the Nike Air Max. A once-in-a-lifetime shoe that has a purpose, fulfills its purpose, and is left alone to be desired by its purpose, because I don't know who the hell is paying $289 for a boot that you really cannot wear. That is mainly just for the warm-up. You can't, from what I'm seeing, it's a recovery shoe. You really can't do too much with the shoe. And the shoe comes out in less than a fucking month. So if you're willing to pay almost a band for these, you got it. And if you do pay a band for them, I want to know why the hell you paying a band for these. In this economy, in the orange tic tac economy, like, The fuck out of here. Like if the athlete, this is a more, that shoe is damn near more for the athletes than the regular person. The regular person should not be spending that much money for this. I'm sorry, I just can't see it. Like it makes no literal sense why the regular person is paying almost a band for these. I mean, I get it. If it was the Air Max, it makes more sense. At least you can wear them, but you would have a higher chance of getting robbed than anything. And even then, it's like, do you want to risk your life for it? Where in actuality, when it comes to these, is like, bruh, bruh, it's not worth it. And that's how I truly feel about these. It'd be different. It'd be different if even if it was a lighter shoe. I would be okay if it was like a less of a boot, more of an actual like shoe. But it's a boot. Your foot about to be heavy. You ain't doing nothing extra in that. Well, you better sit the fuck down. Sit the fuck down and recover them feet. Fuck you mean. $899. Who in a right goddamn mind paying $899 for a pair of shoes? In this economy? I'm sorry, I can't fathom the idea. And I think, hold on. Because just when you think I'm about to lose my shit. No. I have not begun to lose my shit about this $899, almost $1,000 attack shoe. For what? It's a difference. And I'll be honest with you. It's a complete difference. And the idea, like, and somebody put up an Amazon, boot, like boot for your foot for, recovery. And that makes more sense than paying a band for these. I'm sorry. If you're not doing like collegiate sports, or at least have a program that's willing to pay for you for them shoes, why the fuck are you paying for it? That, I guess, this spices up my tangent even more than how I feel early. Because I see the practicality in it. Don't get me wrong. The practicality of it makes sense. Why the fuck are you? And I think that's not the worst part about it. I'm about to get deep into this tangent. The worst part about the shoe being this price, and it's not for the everyday customer, so I'm just going to get that off the bat. That is legitimately first come, first serve. The shoe is so high priced that you force Nike to go first come, first serve. I want you to sit there and think about this for the complete second of time that we have here. Like, this tangent actually makes more sense than you really just freaking think about it. Nike, the people who've been getting backdoor for years, who's been getting botted for years, who had a family member that was in high power, pay for shoes and then resold them on the market, which eventually fucked up the market, can nothing compare to this shoe going for a band and it being first come, first serve. This is the most honest tangent I'm not even about to have, that I'm having right now, because you're not thinking about it. You didn't really think about it until I said it. Like, you mean tell me that this sneaker, this boot, I can't even call it a sneaker, this boot that's built onto recovery, the built athlete's recovery for their feet, going for $899, so a band after taxes. You mean to tell me that is first come, first serve? Yes. That means at the end of the day, somebody's getting ripped off one way or another, and it ain't damn sure ain't gonna be me. So whoever's paying for this shoe, you got it. You got it. And if you got it like that, I ain't even hating on you. I just want to know why. Like, what's your end game? That's it. What's the end game? Because at the end of the day, that's all I'm going to ask. Like, you did it for what? If you're not trying to build a college team or build the next generation of athletes, I mean you personally having you giving birth, your wife, or you giving birth to the next generation of athletes in your house, and that everybody can fit the same size, it makes no fucking sense. Zero fucking sense. Get this piece of shit out of my sight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I really did go on a deep, deep, deep tangent. Like, you really have to understand where I was coming from and the perspective of how I feel about this sneaker. Because it's different than just me just getting on a sneaker and then you just clowning it. No. This is different. The pricing, the style, the technique, the basing, it's entirely different, and it's the thing that really just it really did just set me off. All right, I feel better. I truly feel better now. I feel so much better. Letting out my true pettiest form after Lent is really refreshing because I needed that tangent. That tangent needed to make sense. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now, these are the Puma LaFrance Mother's Day coming out May 9th. They're 110. I'll be honest with you. The LaFrance line is either a hit or a miss depending on your style, and there's nothing wrong with that. If you got it, you got it. And honestly and truthfully, I need to see how these are because these are my mom's personal favorite color, and she would love a purple because most shoes you see are normally red or pink, but a purple Mother's Day shoe is something I can truly get down on, and I can understand it, and it actually makes the most sense in the springtime of things. It makes the most sense. So if I had to give the shoe a rating, because I didn't even want to give the other shoe a fucking rating because it pissed me off, but if I had to give this shoe an honest to God rating, I would probably give it a 2.6. And that's only because LaFrance is like a hit or miss, and I feel like this would be a hit. But in the long run, it's not a hit for me. It's a hit for more like mothers than anything, or more family, oriented sneakers. But that's just me talking. Like, as a legit sneakerhead, I really just look into the line of seeing where I can go with the sneaker and where the sneaker can go after I even look at it. Like, I go on a deeper context when it comes to like certain sneakers, and this is one of those sneakers that actually deserve the deeper understanding of like, it's a Mother's Day shoe. There's nothing wrong with that, but it's not for the guys. I feel like this one is genuinely for the ladies, and I feel like with LaFrance doing this one, I feel like this is a sneaker that will be greatly appreciated and greatly understood with the LaFrance line. And at the end of the day, it's still a nice sneaker. I'm not taking away from it at all, but it's more or less like it's not for the guys. All right, let's get to the next sneaker. I really went on a full freaking tangent. And I'm sorry that took a little bit longer. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Nike Air Max 90 Leopards got another colorway. And I told y'all earlier, Leopard is making its, triumphant return. But this is the Burgundy Crush. I'm going to be honest with you. I know a few females that went to Texas Southern University. Shout out to my alma mater, TSU, we always on ESPN3 every time it's basketball season. But for ESPNU, and this football season we're playing Cal in California. My own decision, my own discussions there. But this would have been a shoe to come out a good 10 years ago and would have really made some money. But I'm here. I'm happy that it's here now. So needless to say, I ain't got no complaints with it. It's an Air Max 90 and it's burgundy. What the fuck else I'm gonna go wrong with that? You can't go nowhere else wrong with a good Air Max 90. And it's burgundy. Come on now. You asking for something beautiful, this is it. I give you grace with this one. I give you a 2.6 grace with this one. But at the end of the day, it's not a bad shoe. Make sure when you're checking out the channel, for whoever is watching, I don't know how many people are live or whatnot, on the live or whatnot, but make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and check out the channel, and make sure you share the videos, because at the end of the day, I do appreciate the community that has grown. We are 1,340 subs in as the last time I checked, and even then, I'm appreciative of all of it. Don't ever think I'm not. So I'm just saying, like, thank you for everyone who's tuned in, like, comment, subscribe. Y'all are the ones that make the channel grow. Also, if you're coming to DreamCon, I will be at DreamCon not streaming. Oh God, no. Filming. I ain't got the personal memory or the personal battery carriers to stream. I ain't got time like that. So I will be there to definitely be there to film everything and hopefully get some interviews out. I went last year and it was a great showing. I'm going to go this year to make the best of it. Hold on 1 second. Okay, no. Needless to say, you can't go wrong. Let me find the next shoe while I have my time. Oh, shit. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on the 1 hour mark. But that does not mean we're ending the show. Because, ladies and gentlemen, even though we did reach the 1 hour mark, and I'm greatly appreciative of that 1 hour mark, we are here to make sure that the show goes on a little bit longer because I did start a little bit later due to my personal technical difficulties. So for the ones that are watching on YouTube, we are appreciative of you. Twitch, you know, once y'all see this, you will thank me later because at least this show is a little bit longer. And that way you can appreciate it just a little bit more. But at the end of the day, you're here with us. You're live with us. Thank you so much. We're not ending the show yet. We are still going. Ew. I made a mistake. I made a fucking mistake. I can own my mistakes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. These are the song for the Mute Adidas original Superstar 82 Adidas Star cushions. Oh, I'm sorry. Song for the Mute and Adidas collab. Superstar 82 on the left, the Adidas Star cushions on the right. That is my mistake. I read it all as one. You know, reading English to Japanese, and I'm learning it as well, is not easy. Plot twist. But needless to say, I like the collection. Love the collection. Love the idea. I'm more or less I'm more on the fence with the right shoe because it's something different. The left shoe, you know, is basic. You know, it's a basic Superstar 82. You can't go wrong with that. The cushion, though. I need to know if anybody in Japan who's watching this channel, you know, can get a plug on these and let me know how they fit. Because I think these are not a U.S. exclusive. I think these are a Japanese exclusive. And there's nothing more pettier than a Japanese exclusive shoe that actually looks comfortable. Because the Japanese market actually cares about its, you know, sneakerheads and actually has some very comfortable shoes. And there are certain places in Asia that you can get shoes a lot cheaper. And I'm not counting the resale market spots. I'm talking about legit sneaker places that actually have shoes that's been seen there for years that can easily kill on the retail market here in the States because we barely get anything for the people who actually love sneakers instead of the people who try to buy sneakers and just to resell them to StockX and other places because at the end of the day, they don't care about the real sneakerheads. They care about the hype beast. That's how you do a motherfucking tangent, ladies and gentlemen. That is how you do a motherfucking tangent. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody because when I can run a motherfucking tangent, I can run a motherfucking tangent. Let's get it. Next shoe, ladies and gentlemen, we have the Ray Beams Salomon XT6 Vanilla Ice coming out $425 this year. And I'm looking at this shoe. And the lighting makes it blue, but it's a white with a light blue. Like, I don't want to show the model because I ain't trying to get sued by Salomon unless they trying to sponsor your boy out here. I like free shoes to wear on the channel. But I'll even take down my A&M flag back here. Shout out to Club. You know who you are, who got me this flag from A&M. I got a U of H one in the front. I got a TSU one downstairs. I ain't trying to get, you know, ratted out by the team. So there it is, what it is. But back to the shoes. That Vanilla Ice, I ain't gonna lie. If I really was a Salomon person, I would have got these hoes yesterday. These are obviously a good 3.6 from me because they're more of a simplistic beauty shoe. Like, it's not something that you just wear out in the open. It's like, and you're a runner, so these are gonna be running shoes regardless. But that's just me. Let's get the next shoe out. See what I mean? If I don't turn off the power button, I fucks myself up. Alright. Ladies and gentlemen, we have Beauty and Youth, the New Balance Warped Runners, coming out today, actually, on the 18th at 12 o'clock from the United Air. I think this is a European exclusive. But I'm not going to lie. I think this might be 3M. No, that's the gray. This is a high exposed flash on the photo. But these Warp Runners actually look nice. I feel like they're comfortable for runners. If I give the shoe a rating, it's a 3-1. I wish they had a different color, and there's nothing against, the gray. It's nothing. I promise y'all, it's nothing against the gray. But I mean, it's a solid gray. That gray is a solid color, and I'm not taking away from the shoe at all. Like, don't think I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, nah. Like, you don't care about the simplistic colors of shoes. It's a simple gray. I'm not taking away from it, but I'm just saying, for me personally, I feel like there's other colors that could have been done, and I want to see those other colors when they come out. That's just me. That is just me, and I'll be honest with you. I care more about the art of the sneaker and the simplicity of chaos than anything. Like, when it comes to getting a pure design, but when it comes to like something that you can appreciate later down the line, like, I feel like that shoe's gonna be comfortable, and it's gonna stand out more just because it's a New Balance runner than anything. All right, this is the Mizuno MXR Osaka pack. And I saw a few ads for this shoe, and I'm not going to lie. Like, coming down to it, I would say the blue pair is nice. That white pair is going to be crispy. And they come out today as well, 418. Like, I find a lot of shoes that are not in the U.S. market that are really coming out today that look a lot more fire than certain things that we've already had come out. That's just my take on it. I know it's a hot take, and y'all don't like me when I do my hot takes or whatever. But if I'm going to make a hot take and not do a tangent on it, then respect my decision and let me know that this is something that's actually nice and that can actually be appreciated. That's just me, though. Like, I like the Osaka pack. I genuinely do. Like, I have no bad blood towards it. No real negative. I have no negative comment towards this shoe. That's just me. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're getting closer and closer to the end. Y'all know I normally don't like to take the show over an hour, but since I did start a little bit longer and a little bit later than the show, I at least have to be fair and make up that time. Because at the end of the day, I do get docked on my own time if I don't record enough time with y'all and just have y'all on loading screens. Like, what kind of a petty person am I? Like, I really can't be shit if I really am cutting my show early, and I'm not going to do that to y'all, because at the end of the day, y'all are the ones that help me grow the channel. So, we all know what time of year it is. It's the time of year where your heart gets broken, and it's May 1st, ladies and gentlemen. The Nike Kobe 9 Low EM Mambacitas come out May 1st. They are 180 in men's size. I don't even know why I go for Kobe's anymore. I'm going to be honest with you. I have not worn a single pair of Kobe's since they have re-released. The only pair of Kobe's I got, DJ T-Raw left at the studio room that y'all seen on the video when I did my first vertical live stream. Other than that, I have not worn a pair of Kobe's. I've been in person, and y'all see the video soon, by the way. I'm actually going to go win a pair of Kobe's, and I still can't even win them in person. So they're not meant for me to have. And I am personally okay with that. But I say that to say this. I'm going to go for it again. I'm going to document everything. Y'all are going to see a happy expression or just a regular like, well, fuck it, I tried. That's how I really am going to feel about it. Because at this point, it's like, If I know the same three people win another pair of Kobe's and I ain't winning nothing, I know the Nike app is rigged. That's why I posted these photo shoes up here. I really do have concerns with the Nike app being rigged. That's just me. I really do. And it's sad. It's genuinely sad that I have to feel that way, but it's something that I just genuinely feel. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are getting close to the end of the show, and one of my last takes, and like I said, I gave y'all a lot of tangents today. I promise y'all, I went way harder on a lot of shoes today than I thought I would, especially since I'm literally coming down from motherfucking Lent and everything like that. But needless to say, people were mad that um the shoe name was leaked and they thought it had something to do with the actual name and not the color. And a lot of people have been clearing it up that the color is it's the actual name of the color and not the name of the shoe. But ladies and gentlemen, this is the first look at the Nike A1 Blue Fury. Miss Aja Wilson dropped the leak, the teaser for this, or was wearing it and it has been teased, and they call it Blue Fury. And I ain't gonna lie, $90. I mean, not $90 for grade school and 110 for women. This one could easily get an obvious 3.5, 3.6 for me, but it's more or less the fact like her shoe already looks like it's a comfortable hooping shoe. But you're telling me now they got names that are actually, with that heat, with that smoke. You want the smoke with that name? May 15th is the day. I mean, the pink ones I think are coming out soon, or they just came out. I know they had many drops for them, but I mean, it's nothing wrong with this one. I mean, it's Blue Fury. Be happy for Blue Fury. I'm gonna support the WNBA in any shoe that any of the females, the ladies, excuse me, drop from the WNBA. So I'm gonna support this shoe. I might not be able to get it, but I will support it and give the information out for those who want to get it. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna support the black women in the channel regardless. Y'all can lose all my subs, but the black women, I'm gonna support their sneakers. So Miss Aja Wilson, I like the shoe and I like the color. Blue Fury is where it's at. Even on a bad day, and even on a certain day, I always forget to bring up certain phone posits. These This photo had dropped before my last episode of the Late Night Sneaker Talk Show, and I forgot to bring it up. I thought I did a short on them. I forgot to do the short on them. So I'm gonna get it out my system now. This is the Nike Air Foam Posit cough drops that are, being technically retroed for the year of our Lord and Savior in 2025. They're going to cost $230, and they're coming out this fall. I love foam posits, and the DMV gets on my ass because they don't care if it's a pro or one. It's gonna be worn, son, and I get that. I respect that. But us big wide foot motherfuckers here, I need a pro. So when it comes to ones, I'm iffy on it. I love the cough drop colorway. It's a classic colorway that's making a comeback. I'm here for it. Nike's trying to bring a lot of the classics back just to get the fan base hype. But these tariffs is not what's making us love. This is the best and worst time for Nike to bring back all these retros. You mean to tell me that you're bringing back some of the hottest retros, hottest colorways of all time in a single year, and we're getting our asses tariffed by Trump? What the fuck is wrong with y'all? You should have did this when Biden was in office. We would have had a better chance of buying more shoes. Get your shit together. But with that being said, this is still a solid shoe. It's a foam posit. It's a cough drop. It's gonna get that. It's gonna get that 3.49. It's 0.1 short of the 5, and that's only because like I said, it's a 1, not a pro. But that's just me being petty for all the DMV lovers who say I don't know shit about phone posits. The fuck? I'm trying to move to the DMV, and y'all trying to rob me of my joy when me wearing my phone posit in the DMV. What the fuck are y'all? Needless to say, this is still a solid shoe. I don't see why y'all complain about it. I'm not complaining about it. Get the shoe and be happy. But needless to say, I'm rocking with it. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Landon Strange here. I want to thank everyone who's tuned in to the Late Night Sneaker Talk Show, who is watching right now. Hopefully you enjoy the new camera, the DJ Pocket Osmo 3. Hopefully you enjoy my Rodecaster audio. Hopefully you understand that I'm doing multiple things and having the face tracking also can track me whenever I turn my fucking face. But hopefully y'all are watching the channel. Hopefully y'all, stay tuned to Sneakers and Stogies. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you like this format better, where it's just all big screen and only little screen when it comes to shoe transitions, let me know in the comments below, because we're trying to make the channel and the show better for y'all. This is the Late Night Sneaker Talk Show with Landon Strange. Like I said, the next few weeks will be a little bit different because we're trying to get ready for the 5-year anniversary in May. But thank you for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the channel. Thank you so much, and have a nice day. And before I leave, I cannot leave without the signature, the New York. Yeah.